All right, y'all, welcome to The Usual Suspects. Like we always do about this time, we got this hot video. We cut it up to make it real small, kind of simple, but you know, with these two brothers, Stephan A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe, they can talk. They talked about their relationship and what it took to get Shannon Sharpe to the building. And then they talked about, of course, the LeBron James and Michael Jordan situation. Hey, don't forget to like the button, hit the like button, don't forget to like the video, share the video, and if you're not familiar with us here at The Usual Suspects, please subscribe, check it out.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. And for my first partnership with The Volume, I knew I had to land someone big. He's not big, he's huge, he's ginormous. He's a legendary sports journalist, a featured commentator, premier analyst, famed host, veteran reporter, podcaster, actor, writer, executive producer, businessman, New York Times best-selling author, one of the most recognizable on-air personalities, not just sports personalities on television, a cultural icon, and he's also a HBCU alum, Stephan A. Smith.
My brother.
Bro, we here.
What's up, man?
We here, but you keep knocking my brakes. I'm gonna get on.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
We good.
I ain't know I could break anything on you. That's news. That's news right there.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You and I had a conversation, and people are like, well, how close are you to Stephan A? I said, I met him in 2014 when I came on the show.
Yeah.
I said, we've talked over the years, we exchanged numbers, and we've talked over the years.
Yeah.
But I said over the last year and a half or so, I was going through some things, and he was the one guy that was in this business that I felt I could talk to. It would stay between us, but he would give me sound advice. And so now you have your thing with First Take. You are the voice, you are the face of First Take, you're the first face of ESPN. What made you reach out, say, bro, I want you?
Because I got love for you, bro. And that's just me being a man and speaking as two brothers. You know our former boss at First Take, Jamie Horowitz, who was over at, he brought you over there, Best One and all of that. And he knows my history. He knows what I stand for. I remember when you can ask him, I remember when I first arrived on First Take, and I rolled up in there and I saw a bunch of white folks. And I said, yo, where the brothers and the sisters at? You don't think I'm gonna be sitting here working with a bunch of white folks, do you? I don't mind white folks. I ain't got nothing against y'all. God bless you. You understand what I'm saying? We all brothers and sisters in the eyes of God when all is said and done. But you ain't gonna just have me surrounded by a bunch of lily white folks. You better sprinkle some
little pepper in here.
A little pepper up in this mix. You understand what I'm saying? And so, he brought one, and then the next thing you know, I picked 2 or 3 others and made sure to diversify that staff. And then one of the things that I did when I came in there, I knew Skip was going to want to debate me and whatever, but I was talking about subject matters that we needed to broach because it was still his show, but he respected me enough to get my opinion, and I was like, look, we need all of these other people because I want voices, and I'm built differently. What I mean by that is there's no shade on you or anybody else, but I don't believe anybody's knocking me off my perch. I will knock me off my perch. Corporate stuff, bureaucratic stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff you can't,
Right.
But I'm talking about in terms of my on-air performance, my job performance. I don't worry about it. You know what I worry about? The day that I want to leave and I haven't done anything to create opportunities for us to continue. And so for me, it's like I look at you, I think that you're smart, you're obviously incredibly accomplished. You ain't gonna never hear me say, no disrespect to anybody, not to bring up nothing, you ain't gonna never hear me say 3 Super Bowl championships and Hall of Fame status don't mean nothing. I don't roll like that.
Right.
That's not who I am. I'm the kind of person that I argue with you about football, but I want the audience to know, yo, you the football expert.
Right.
Not me.
Right.
I'm the reporter that walks in and I'm like, this is what I saw, tell me I'm wrong. This is what I'm seeing, tell me I'm wrong. This is where I'm coming from, just like me and you talk about.
Right.
I know you, I don't give a damn how much basketball you know. You don't know no more basketball than me. I've been covering, I learned from living legends and all this stuff, but I still want to hear what you have to say. If you can listen to me talk about football, why the hell can I listen to you talk about basketball?
Right.
And so all of that, and then your heart, being a conscientious brother, caring about the issues that you caring about, speaking about the issues that you speak about. Nah, brother, iron sharpens iron. And yeah, I got Mad Dog Russo, that's white. I got Dan Orlovsky, that's a white dude. You see what I'm saying? Jeff Saturday at one time, he was on the show. That's a white man. But the bottom line is I want it all. I want to make sure there's brothers, there's sisters, black and white. ethnic, Hispanics, Asian, I don't give a damn who it is. I want to make sure we're representing America, and we make sure that everybody that looks at our show says, I can identify with what they're saying. But in the end, when it comes to me personally, whether it's Ryan Clark, it's Marcus Spears, all right, it's Damian Woody, it's Louis Riddick, the list goes on and on. My brother Michael Irvin, that's now over at FS1, Keyshawn Johnson, these are my boys. I go back decades with these. These are my brothers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They will tell you, you ask anybody that knows me, I'm about getting you paid. I'm about helping you become successful. I'm about letting you shine. I'm not threatened by anybody's appearance. It's my obligation.
But you heard it.
Do it.
You've heard the comments.
Yes.
Man, Stephen A, man, he's strong-willed, he brags, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Shannon, strong-willed, iron, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
How is that going to work?
They don't know.
You know what I tell people?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, two people that strong-willed can absolutely get along.
That's right.
As long as there's respect.
Absolutely.
The moment one disrespects the other, the other loses respect for the one that disrespected him.
Right.
So now it's just a matter of time.
Exactly. And that's not going to happen.
No.
Because I don't roll like that.
I don't either.
I don't roll like
No.
that. It's like, I'm going to argue with you about your points. But you know what? We going to agree. We going to disagree. But at the end of the day, we brothers, and we going to sit up there and try to do what we can to make our product shine.
Right.
That's our responsibility, because if we do otherwise, all we're doing is inhibiting the other success.
Right.
We're getting in the way of what we're trying to do.
Right.
That makes no sense
Right.
whatsoever. And not only that, it's setting a bad example for our community if
Right.
I really need to get deep about
Yeah.
it. Because what happens is that, so they can't chill. They can't sit up there
Right.
and do a show
Right.
together. They can't get along. You see that crabs in the barrel mentality, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, we showing something different.
Right.
First Take, I've been blessed and fortunate enough, throwing shade on nobody. We've been number one for 12 years. We gonna be number one for 13. It's just that simple. And 14. And damn it, if I do it for 15, it's gonna be 15. That's the way it's gonna be. That's how my mentality is. And I don't root for anybody to fail. I just root to be the best.
Right.
And there's a difference. And as far as I'm concerned, anybody that's with me, we the best. This is what we gonna do. So now it's we. It ain't Stephen A, it's we. And when you come to First Take, because you ain't start yet, you gonna see it's a family. You gonna see we get along. It ain't fake. We roll with one another.
Right.
We vibe with one another. We watch one another's back. It has always been that way under my stewardship of the show. And I can say my stewardship of the show because the show was handed to me. They ain't come to me and I just took the title and all. No.
Right.
They came to me and said, it's yours. You're responsible for it. If I didn't want Shannon Sharpe at First Take, Shannon Sharpe wouldn't be at First Take.
Absolutely.
That's just how it rolls.
No question.
But I had to come out that day because with all that you were
Bro,
going
when you was
through,
telling me this behind, see, what you're saying now is that you told me months in advance because you was telling me things that were going on at Fox. Hell, I didn't know it. I'm like, hold on. I drive to this building every day. How the hell you know what I don't know? You telling me, bro, it's going down like this. It's happening like this. And I'm just scratching my head. I'm like, I'm at this building every day and everybody cheesing and peasing in my...
Was I right?
You was absolutely spot on.
I was right, And by the way, it wasn't because of Fox. It's because I know the business.
Right.
I've been here for 30 years. I can see it a mile away. I can see the handwriting on the wall. I knew when it was over for you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I knew when it was over. And I was like, I'm here. You see what I'm saying?
You did.
Because I knew what was gonna happen. What happens is, when you got noise, and we gonna call it like, listen, I'm gonna call it like I see it. You don't wanna do this, let me do it. All right? Because I've been in the business long enough. When you're black and you have the kind of evident, apparent, meaning public situations like that, we don't win. Everybody's circling, the sharks are circling now. It's not one person. And it's not, collusion going on. Instinctually, people tend to believe this, believe that, and the sharks are circling. And that's why I came out. You know the number one reason I came out, even before First Take was even on my mind. The number one reason I came out, Shannon Sharpe, and I said, I want Shannon Sharpe on First Take. Because I wanted the world to know that you were wanted. That was the most important thing to me. I wanted the world, I didn't want you to be in a situation where the sports world looked at you and said, what'd he do? he must have done something. Persona non grata, blah, 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 blah. So I said, if he ends up here, he ends up here. The honchos know I want him. But more importantly than that, this is a brother that I think has done a lot of good work on television that has helped our community. And as a result, it's incumbent upon me, because of the perch that I sit on, to let them know he's wanted. Don't cut him off, because that's what they did to me in 2009. They cut me off and left me for dead, bro. And I'm not talking about ESPN, I'm talking about the industry. They cut me off and left me for dead. They thought I was done. They were writing my epitaph. And I knew it. And I said, I was blessed and fortunate enough to have enough connections and to do what I do to overcome it. I don't know if this brother does. So let me let the world know he has me. And we'll go from there.
That happened. That absolutely happened like that, because you and I was talking, and you was like, bro, I got this, but as soon as I get out of this meeting, I'll hit you back. And we were talking 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and you took every last one of my calls. And I'm thinking to myself, and I remember getting on the phone calling my sister, and I was like, Libby, it's probably gonna happen. I said, because it's not coming from inside, it's coming from somebody that I know knows the business, and he wouldn't bulljive me. But he told me that it's a 95% chance that it's gonna happen, and he wants me on his show. And I'm like, I think I'm good at what I do. And for him, it did my heart good, because I know what you represent in this industry, to say, I want him on my show. Whatever this, I don't believe nothing. Look, you go back and from when I was with the Broncos for 10 years, went to Baltimore for 2, back to the Broncos for 2, CBS for a decade, I was with Fox for 6 years. Not one person ever said anything bad about Shannon. He's difficult to work with, he's this, that. My greatest compliment from players is guys that were on my team say, Shannon Sharpe's the greatest teammate I ever had. He's my favorite teammate, the way he approached it, the way he was. And so for you to come to me and to say what you said when you didn't have to do any of it, and nobody would have held that against you. Because like you said, that's what would have happened. And I heard it. Man, he must have did something. No, showed up every day on time and did a hell of a job. I remember when Jamie Horowitz, who we're talking about, came to recruit me in 2016 in April at the W Hotel. He said, you're gonna be a star. I said, Jamie, I know what, he said, trust me. He says, I know talent.
It goes deeper than that. Because you see, Jamie, whether he wants to tell you this or not, I knew back then Skip was auditioning. Because whenever I took off, you would be there. And what Jamie wouldn't tell anybody is that there were extra days that I would take off, just so Skip could bring you on. Because, again, if you're not creating opportunities for other people, what good are you? My pastor says, and I'm not the most religious person in the world. I mean, as promiscuous as I've been in my lifetime, at least for the first. I mean, I am in no position. You know, I'm a lot better now over the last decade or so. But Lord, I have my issues, no question about it. And you know, my pastor would say all the time, there's no success without a successor.
The first LeBron topic don't need to be nobody. Don't need to be nobody there.
Here's what's gonna hurt you. Here's what's gonna hurt you. Because you see, when you talking like that, people are like, but shit, that. Nope. I'm gonna sit back and let you talk. And then I'm gonna say, you finished? Are you finished? You sure?
No.
And then you're gonna be like, nah. And I'm gonna say, you gotta wait now, because I waited. Here I come. And you're gonna have to deal with the tsunami that I'm gonna bring, I'm gonna rain down upon you when it comes, especially to that subject. Especially to that subject. And that's where you're gonna hurt yourself. Listen, LeBron, listen, I got this man. The game was started in 1947. I got LeBron James, the thousands of players that have played in the NBA. I got him number 2 all time. You got people walking around like that's disrespect.
It is.
I got him. No, see, that's emotion. That's emotion right there. That's emotion right there. Listen, let me tell you something right now. I personally believe a legitimate argument could be made that I'm sitting in front of the greatest tight end in the history of football. Some people bring in Gronk, Tony Gonzalez, other
Travis
players,
Kelce.
whatever, Travis Kelce, of course.
Gates,
all this but you in the conversation, you understand? And you know, because your brethren, I mean, they give you mad love and respect, right? I can say that. But my point to you is that If somebody said you weren't number one, you don't feel insulted.
No.
So why you got to be insulted about LeBron?
Because
that's emotion.
No,
that's
it ain't no emotion.
That's emotion.
But the GOAT.
Huh?
See,
that's emotion.
You
right
told
there.
me the storm was coming.
Right.
See, your storm happened for 9 years, then took 2 years off.
Right.
And it happened for 3 years and took another 3 years off.
That's right.
And then it kind of just was like drizzling.
Right.
My storm been going for 21 years raining.
Right. You could say that, and my retort to that would be 6 NBA Finals losses.
So they only.
Hold on. Just There's 6 final losses.
Yeah.
6 finals losses.
Let me ask you a question.
6.
I just want you to tell me one thing, and we're gonna debate this.
Sure.
Tell me the team that he faced that was the 2017 or the 2018 Golden State Warriors.
What do you mean? I don't understand your question.
Michael Jordan. Tell me the team.
You talking about Michael Jordan?
I want you to tell me the team that Michael Jordan faced that was the equivalent of the 17 and 18.
No one. Can I respond to that?
Sure.
Can I tell you why? No one. Do you know why? Because none of them had Jordan.
No.
That's exactly why.
Okay, let me ask you
exactly why. See, that's the ultimate equalizer or usurper. Pick whichever one you want to pick. You don't understand that Jordan is 6-0 in NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan was MVP all 6 NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan never even allowed a final series to go 7 games? You
Yeah.
understand that? It never went 7 games.
I also know he didn't start to go in the finals until Larry Bird back went out.
Excuse me. 10-time NBA scoring champion. 9-time all-defensive first team. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so in other words, it was LeBron on both sides of the ball. Was he that dominant?
Oh, he was the better. But you know he should have won. You know he should have won.
Are you kidding me?
Stephen A.
Are you kidding me?
Stephen A. Give me this.
Okay.
You know good and well LeBron James should have 1 Defensive Player of the Year. How does Marc Gasol, who's a second-team All-Defensive player, be Defensive Player of the Year?
I agree with that. But the flip side to it is that as we watched LeBron James, even with his greatness at one point in time as a defensive player, we never looked at him and said, oh my God, that's that dude defensively.
Yeah.
Now, LeBron is universally respected and revered. MJ was feared. You know the difference. Because there are people who have feared you. You know the difference better than me. You know the difference between reverence and fear.
Look.
You know this?
You like John Wick. I like James Bond.
He's all right. Hold on.
John Bond.
Can I have James Bond? I prefer
you want that? Okay.
I prefer James Bond. You can be John Wick.
Okay.
I prefer James Bond.
John Wick shot up the whole place, kill everybody.
Okay.
James Bond killed a few people, but got the ladies.
That's
they
right.
do the same thing.
That's right. Remember when Halle Berry was walking out
What
the
else
ocean?
come up out that
when he
water?
was walking out the ocean and he
Yeah.
said, magnificent view. Remember that?
I remember that.
The smoke. And that was, that stuff is stuff like Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
But Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Of course, Sean Connery,
yeah.
the man, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to say the versatility of James Bond is where
The
it comes
versatility
in,
of Go
and
James.
you could say that, but at the
Could
end of
guard
the day,
1 through 5. You seen him do it.
I'm not denying that.
Shut down Tony Park on one end. In the last 5 minutes, say, I got Timmy D.
I also saw him get checked when Jason Terry was guarding him in the post in his finals against Dallas. You going to deny that?
No.
Okay then.
So
let me ask you a question. Has there ever been a time when Michael Jordan showed up in an NBA Finals and you literally looked at him and said, yo, he ain't show up?
He didn't play nobody.
Come on.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to do it like this here.
Sure.
Tell me the guy that he faced that was the equivalent of Kevin Durant in the NBA Finals.
Michael Jordan? Well, I
or Steph Curry.
I wouldn't say the equivalent of Kevin Durant, but let's go down the list. He beat Magic for his first title.
Magic was 73.
Okay, I find you. I'm going down the list. I'm going down the list. I didn't hear you say that when Magic was here, but we'll talk about that.
Magic,
we'll talk about that
you
later.
know Magic.
You didn't say that when Magic was here.
But here,
you didn't tell him that.
The man that gone to nine finals in 10 years.
I feel you on that. And by the way, he took Vlade Divac and those guys.
Yes.
It wasn't Kareem and Worthy and them. I got
But
that.
you saw what he did to Jordan in the first game, right?
Allow me.
Put a triple-double on it, they had to put Scottie Pippen on it.
That's cool.
Okay, I ain't gonna say he backed him down. Made it look like Kareem and Caldwell Jones. Okay, go ahead.
That's fair. Magic Johnson in the first title. Clyde Drexler and the crew the second title. Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, don't ignore that. Dan Marley and them the third title.
Good
okay,
team.
okay. Peyton, the glove with Sean Kemp before he became
That's
Sean
one
Clark.
Hall of Famer.
And then also you've got Karl Malone, John Stockton.
Yes.
And you have an NBA game that was considerably tougher at that particular moment in time than today's NBA game is in terms of physicality and what's allowed.
Yes.
So you can appreciate this.
Yes.
You can appreciate that.
But see,
when you can put your forearm on people, when you can hand check them, when you can do a lot of things you can't do now. Right now you get called for passing gas.
True, you will. But
it's a different game now.
But here's the thing, Stephen A.
Okay.
What you and the old school guard have equated physicality with talent and skill. The guys in today's game are more skilled.
I totally agree with that.
Okay.
I totally agree with that. But you would know this better than me because you were an all-world player. Even though the game of the NFL has evolved significantly, you know good and damn well that if you were playing in this time, you would have adapted.
Yes.
You played in that time, you adapted.
Yeah.
The game in the 60s and 70s, you would have adapted to those times.
Of course.
So what I'm trying to say to you is this. Michael Jordan was what he needed to be. If he was playing today, he would be what he needed to be in order to be successful today. Right. That's all I'm trying to say. When you see greatness on that level, you have to concede that that's the case.
But see, all they asked Michael to do was to cook. LeBron had to cook, he had to clean, he had to wait tables, he had to take orders.
Well, you could say that, but what I'm saying
is
if the brother's doing it on both sides of the floor, then obviously he's doing more than one thing.
He's doing that too. But
why is he doing more than one thing?
How many guys you know that are top 5 scorers and top 5 assists?
How about this? How about when Shaquille O'Neal with Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, 3D, Dennis Scott, and those boys were in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
How about the fact that they couldn't even get the ball past half court because Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan had them on lock and key?
Yeah, with Ron Harper.
Full court press. We ain't never seen LeBron do that. We never seen LeBron do that.
LeBron do that.
You know, stop it. He never did it.
You remember when
He never did it.
You remember when D Rose was the MVP? Y'all voted D Rose MVP. What he do to D Rose in the playoffs?
Excuse me. D Rose, what kind of team did he have? You couldn't tell me Joakim Noah and those boys was a supporting cast?
They did enough to get the #1 seed. And you didn't say nothing.
So what?
You voted him MVP. That's why I called LeBron and told him.
I voted him MVP and still picked Miami to win that series. I knew they weren't going to beat Miami in the best of 7. Playoffs are different.
Yeah.
All right? But that don't mean LeBron deserved the MVP. And oh, by the way, I don't even knock LeBron James for not getting the MVP because when you're that great, you're not going to put all your efforts in over 82 games. You're playing for April, May, and June. So this entirely plausible. I'm very fair to LeBron James. Your dollar back.
Sometimes.
Most times. Actually, I'd say all. It's just that I call it like I see it. I'm not emotional like you.
No, you're emotional. I saw you. I've been doing my homework on you. Yeah, you know what? I got a call today from one Michael Jordan. He rolled up on me in a black SUV and rolled the window down.
That's true. That was scary. I thought he was going to shoot. I thought it was a drive-by. It was in Denver. I thought it was a damn drive-by. It scared the living hell out of me. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's an absolutely true story. But at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is that LeBron is phenomenal. He's great. We should throw no shade on him. One of the greatest ever, top 3.
I didn't see you saying one of.
First of all, he will never be greater than Jordan to me. But more importantly, let's go to Kareem. 19-time All-Star, 6-time league MVP, champion on a high school level.
They don't give Kareem his credit.
Champion at UCLA, champion in the NBA. Okay,
6 times.
Good Lord have mercy.
Six
all-time leading scorer before LeBron surpassed him. All of that stuff happened. I'm just saying, come on now. The resume is better, but I still don't believe he was the player that LeBron James is.
Yeah.
All right? But what I hold, and I'll say this to you, I'll tell you something that I very rarely said. If you took LeBron James' career from 2012 to now, and that was his history, from his first title to what he is now, and you wanted to make an argument against Jordan, I'm listening. The problem is we don't get to ignore those first 7 or 8 years where there were a couple of occasions where one, he was accused of quitting, and I don't believe that, by the way. I don't believe that.
They accused Noah of drunkenness.
No. I'm talking about this.
God still gave him the heart.
I got you, but I feel you. But it's true, but it's still accused of drunkenness. Oh. But the point is, No, against Boston. I don't believe that. It was a lot of stuff going on with LeBron that's none of our business, that they were totally unfair to him, including his damn teammates. But that's a different story for another day. I never held that against them. But when you got 4 games against the Dallas Mavericks in which people looked at you and said, choke.
If you say that, you know what?
You cannot get past that.
I can't argue out that one. I can't argue out of that one.
And that to me sealed the deal about the MJ LeBron comparison.
So what if he were to win a title this year?
Don't matter.
At 39 years of age.
So that don't erase Jordan.
See, there you go. See, that's the argument that people have when I was talking about Tom Brady not playing well. I'm not trying to take away what Jordan's accomplished.
I agree.
He got those rings.
Right.
He got 6 Finals MVPs.
Right.
He has 6 championships. He has 5 regular season MVPs.
Correct.
If LeBron gets another title, Stephen A, I'm not going to erase what Jordan did, but he already here for me.
Okay.
All he doing is just.
But what I'm saying to you is, I already talked about the Dallas thing.
Yeah.
And I talked about moments which you can appreciate. What I'm trying to say to you is that when you are that dude,
right,
that doesn't happen to you often. That happened to Magic when they called him tragic because he
yeah,
had
84.
Dennis Johnson 84 and all that. We get all of that. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, that doesn't happen. And this is the kind of thing that you also have to pay attention to as well. Not only do you not get to say that about Jordan, but when you look at LeBron, think about this. You want me to tell you what I hold against him just as much as I held against the Dallas performance?
What?
The following year with the All-Star game. You got the ball in your hands. It's an exhibition.
Oh, he passed
It's an
it.
exhibition. It's not. It doesn't count.
Right.
It's all in fun.
Right.
Kobe claps his hand, God rest his soul,
So
and
come
he's
on
like,
with it.
"Yo, let's come on with it." You got D Wade on the court. You got Melo in the corner,
Yeah.
and he threw the pass, and all 3 of them, along with Kobe, descended on LeBron and said, "Yo, what's up? What you doing?" Because they knew he was psyched out. He was messed up. And what I'm saying to you is that Kobe wasn't like that. MJ wasn't like that. D Wade wasn't like that. In his first NBA Finals appearance, they down 0-2 to Dallas. D Wade goes berserk, averages 37 in the last 4 games. I'm just saying, it's stuff like that. It's not that you look at LeBron and you diminish him. It's just that you can't elevate him above somebody like MJ when I got that evidence to support my argument. That's all. And that's why I got him number 2 all-time. God strike me down. I mean, my Lord, what an insult. I mean, the number 2 all-time in the history of the game, and it's an insult. Only you and Rich Paul and people like that feel that way. Most of us sane individuals know better.
No.
All right, thanks for checking this video out. We thought it was dope. Try to get it out to you guys. Don't forget to check out the reporternewspaperonline.com, which is Akron's own black publication. We want to let you guys know we've been in business for over 50 years, bringing you the news. Now we're doing it in a digital form, okay? And don't forget to like this video and like our channel, subscribe to our channel, and stay connected to us. Peace.